Hello, everyone. Hello, it's me, Aurus Sanchez, Conversation Guru. How's everyone doing? I can't wait for everyone to come today here. I'm going to be waiting for everyone right now. How's everyone doing? Hello, everybody. I'm going live now. I'm just going to wait. Hello, King of 4. How are you? Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Hey, listen, you're doing bad? Why? Why are you doing so bad? What happened? Talk to me, man. Talk to me. This is your chance to send me in your questions. Any worries you have that I can help you. In the world of communication, I'm here to help you out, man. Let me know. Thank you for the heart. I really appreciate it. Tell me why you're feeling bad. How can I help you? Any questions related to branding, public speaking, interviewing, or conversation communication? Let me know, man. I'm here to help out. So let me know. I just starting the live now. Relationship problems. I'm so sorry to hear that. What happened is, I mean, unless you feel like it's too personal and you don't want to tell me, go right ahead and I'll try to help you if I can. Just ask away, and if I don't know the answer, I will tell you. But if I do, I will give as much value as I can, tactically and also mindset wise. I just started doing the live now, King of 4. Start doing it now, and I'm waiting for other people to roll in to ask more questions. But if you don't want to ask a question, I completely understand, so don't worry. Just waiting for everyone else. But if you do want to write it, I'll be right here. My female best friend likes my male best friend. Okay? And this bothers you because you liked her, right? You liked her, and now you're like a little jealous. Am I correct? Am I correct in saying this? Let me know if I'm right. Because if it is, then I'll go, okay, good. Excellent. So I've been in the same situation, man. I'm telling you, where there's a girl you like and you're like trying to prime her. You're trying to like, okay, I like her. You're trying to make your move, and then you find out, yeah, you had a crush on her, and then you find out that in reality she likes your best friend, right? Now, there's a couple things in hand that could have been the issue. A lot of times, a lot of women, they hang out with guys, but they never end up liking you, or they end up liking your best friend. Why? It's because the way you were treating her, right? Now, a lot of times there's so many guys who treat like they don't play around with the girls, like they don't open up, they don't ask deep, thought-provoking questions. They're not interesting. You think you are. I'm not saying this is your case, man. I'm not saying that. But a lot of times you think you're going down the right route, which is you're trying to open up and you're trying to be like their best friend and stuff like that. No, when you really like someone and you want to have a future with them, yes, you want to show your friendly side. You want to open up to them, but your approach cannot be your best friend approach. You need to show them and be very upfront from the beginning. Hey, I like you. Because when you're upfront in the beginning, right, not only are you showing that you're very direct and that you know what you want, which, by the way, it's a very good quality to have in business or in relationships, right? It's a good quality to have. Not only that, but when you tell that person from the beginning, listen, I like you for this, whatever, for this, and this reason, I would like to get to know you, right? Or maybe let's see what can happen. Now that person has the mindset, okay, this person is very good to me. They're opening up to me. They're being interesting. They're being all these great qualities, but they also like me. Now it's up to their ballpark, right, to tell you if they want to continue it or not. If you're very direct from the beginning, if you're very direct and they go along, then great. But a lot of times, guys, we're not direct in the beginning at all. We're not direct at all. We're like la-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di. We're like doing our own thing, and we think we're giving the right signs that we're into that person, but she maybe knows, but she doesn't know, but she can't really tell, and then she starts thinking, if he really liked me, he would just tell me now. But because you're not doing it now, they're looking at other people, other prospects, other guys, and then when you find that out, you are completely crushed. So in the future, at this point, there's nothing that you can do. When someone really likes someone, right, and you try to force them not to like that person, right, that's the wrong way to go, because then it forces them to want to do more and more. Monte Carlo 644, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Adriana, how are you? ¿Cómo estás? Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. So going back, King of 4, it's all about your approach, being direct and being very upfront from the beginning of your approach, how you feel, and then showing it with your actions. Don't try to pass off as something else. Don't try to hide it. And if you're doing all this, try to be interesting. Simple as that. Try to be interesting. If you're not interesting at all, Hey Abdiel, what's up, man? Thanks so much for joining. You guys, ask your questions about communication, conversation, interviewing, public speaking. I'm here to help you guys out. Sup, Carlos? Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it, man. So it's all about that. And when you're actually with that person, really be yourself and try to show personality. A lot of people are turned off and they decide not to continue like checking you out or going out with you. It's because you have no personality. You're boring. What makes you so different from the other 700,000, 55,000 million, 25, 6 million billion guys out there in the world? Nothing, because you have no personality and your approach wasn't direct and you're trying to hide things that is just not the truth. That's it. So hopefully you get to, hopefully that really helps you. Matthews, how are you? Friedman, thank you so much for joining. King off. I hope you're laughing because I gave you a good answer. Hopefully it was a very good answer. It's Isad Bathanos. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Isad, for that awesome question. Michelle Friedman, guys, ask your questions right now. This is your chance to ask your questions when it comes to the world of communication, branding, something I'm very passionate about, branding with businesses or your personal brand or communication, speaking, public speaking, interviewing. I love talking about these topics. Nadia the man, how are you? Hello, how are you? Hopefully I said it correctly. V Matthews, what's up, man? Thank you so much for joining. Guys, this is your chance right now to ask a question. I am super pumped and excited. So I want to tell you guys something. I actually had an awesome interview, which will be posted on YouTube and also on my social medias. Hello. All right, Monte Carlo. I know you got to go, but thank you for dropping by. How are you, Nadia? Thank you. I'll be posting this awesome interview that I was like a 45-minute interview from the School of Rock Stars. Great girl. And I got to really go in depth and really open up and give a lot of tactical advice for introverts, for people who are trying to get into the world of public speaking, for people who are trying to do 10 things at once. How do you balance, your brand, your job, school, and stuff like that? I can't really say a family because I don't have a family. I don't want to lie. I don't have a family yet. Maybe in the future, yes, I will. But going back, guys. So, guys, this is your chance right now. Isaar, Abdiel, Adriana, Monte Carlo left already. V Matthews, Michelle Friedman, this is your chance to ask your questions. I'm very pumped to be here. How can you show more emotion in your speeches? Thank you so much. I appreciate that question. King of 4. Thank you. So, first of all, it's important to show emotion in any speech or presentation. Even if it's in front of 5 people or 20,000 people. It really is a big difference. Because emotion is what's going to make you different from everyone else. The most important thing is to show emotion during your speeches and increase your likability rate on stage. But the way you can show more emotion in your speeches is when you're home, right? If you're preparing, try to focus on what parts of your speeches are the most impactful emotionally, not logically. Humans were all based off emotions. When it comes to sales, relationships, business-wise, so many things were all about emotions. A lot of times we say it's logic, but it's really not logic. It's all emotion. So if you can show, right, if you can really hone in and see where in your speech, where it's going to hit hard or where you want to hit hard, practice that part, maybe changing your tone of voice, maybe using more hand gestures, facial gestures, right? Maybe bringing a prop, putting up a video, adding things to your speech, adding elements to your speech that are going to make it more of a wow factor. So there's so many different ways of how you can show emotion. It's all about playing with the different factors, seeing what possibilities you have, really honing it in at home, and then once you have it like to memory, but it doesn't sound memorized, go up there and on stage and just do it. And just really, it's all about practicing and being creative. How can I show that this statistic is extremely important? How can I show that the story of the little boy dying, for example, right, is going to impact my audience or really make them cry? So now you have an idea. Okay, I want this. Okay, now what kind of emotion do I want to show? Sadness, anger, frustration. And then show it with your tonality, body language, facial, hand gestures. Mix that all in. I'm telling you, you start to get way more emotions in your speeches. I even know someone who says to really think of a moment that has that feel. Think of a moment in your past life that has that emotion, right? And when you're practicing it, when you're saying that story or the story or the experience, start to pinch yourself, like let's say near your thumb. So every time you practice, you pinch yourself when you start to feel that emotion. When you're up there on stage and you start to hit yourself in the thumb, you're definitely going to feel, you're triggering that emotion even more. So hopefully this definitely helped out, all right? Thank you for the question. All right, V. Matthews, your question. I have a young in the house that is trying to get herself branded. What is a good way to get herself out there? I have a young. So I guess you have someone that's in your house who's young, and they're trying to get branded. Okay, just quickly. Thank you for all these hearts. Thank you. I really appreciate all these hearts. Thank you. The person who's trying to get branded, what are they trying to get branded for? Fashion, personal brand, their videos. What is it that they're really trying to get branded for? I love talking about branding because I've done a lot, and I'm also right now in my journey of branding myself through many different platforms and so forth and other things that I'm trying out. So just let me know here, V Matthews 73, and I'll tell you what are great ways for her to get branded. I need you to be more specific, please. Emily de la Cruz 00, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. I'm just here on this live Instagram doing a Q&A, answering as many questions as I can, giving as much value to your question. If it's public speaking, interviewing, conversations in different situations, I'm here to try to help you out, okay? King off 4, you have another question, let me know. But V Matthews, please tell me more specifically what type of brand are they trying to build? Because based on the brand, I can give you a great answer. So please send in, please tell me specifically what type of brand, because I'm telling you, it really does depend. Is it a personal brand? Are they trying to build self-awareness, make more money, get more shows, meet influencers? It just really depends. So V Matthews, I would really appreciate it if you can write here what you're trying, be more specific on what this person is trying to do, please. So in the meantime, as V Matthews is writing, if anyone else has a question, I would appreciate you guys can put it down here, right here, so I can see it and read it. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, I'm really trying to do a lot more content, video content, podcast content. Which, by the way, guys, if you guys are not following me on my podcast, I would really appreciate if you could. I'm gonna write it down here. It's anchor.fm/Aurus. Anchor.fm/Aurus, where I've had at least 30 episodes where I talk about a lot of different aspects. You guys can just follow me there and listen to my stuff for free. So V Matthew says she says some type of art gift box. Okay, so I'll go with that. So she wants to brand something she's probably created. She's trying to brand a gift box, an art gift box. Maybe this gift box has, like crayons, pencils, Sharpies, special paper, things for artists to draw or to do their comics, whatever the case is. Okay, so what she literally has to do is there's a couple things. She needs to reach out as many people as she can. People on Instagram. I would say if it's artful stuff, Snapchat, Instagram, I want to say YouTube as well. And yeah, let's try those 3 first. And actually literally send Instagram direct messages through audio or video saying, hey, I'm coming up with this gift box. I would love to interview you about your artist career, about how you got into art and what is it that you specifically do, right? Thank you guys so much for joining. Hawad, I appreciate you joining. Thank you. I'm not done. So I'm not done, V Matthews. So then, you send all these video messages, you send all these direct messages or comments on YouTube or on Snapchat, right? There's actually an app called Ghost Code, where it gives you categories of influencers in different categories on Snapchat. You can see their snap and then send them a private snap. Amazing. Interview people in the art world, right? In a free podcast, and you can download an app called anchor.com, right? Ben Levitz, thank you so much for joining. Ask your questions, and I'm here to answer. So then you can send them a direct message. They see the message, and you can interview them on a free app called Anchor. You get the artists on there. You can have them promote themselves on your podcast, right? and have all these people like say, by the way, check out this gift box. So you're giving these artists free exposure through your podcast. You can even get their drawings, put them on your account, and from time to time talk about the gift box. Have these people, these influencers, right? Find a way for them to sponsor. Maybe not give you money, but shout out your gift box. Have them on Anchor on this podcast. Give them free exposure, right? Put their art on your account, drive traffic to your account. You're giving them 3 things and you're only asking for 1 thing. So they're always winning. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. V Matthews 73. King off 4. If you have a question, send it away. Ben Levitz, thank you so much for joining. That's awesome that you're here. Thank you, buddy boy. Really appreciate it. Guys, continue sending in your questions. I'm probably going to answer a couple more questions before I leave from here tonight. So yeah. Awesome, V Matthews. I'm so glad that I was able to answer your question. And let me know how it goes. And if any questions, you can always send me a DM on my Instagram or write a comment on my YouTube. Or yeah, if you guys are not following me on my YouTube, that's where I really put a lot of my long form content. I put the longer videos there, or the interview or future interviews there. So if you want to watch the entire stuff, it's all there. And the snippets are like on my Instagram, on my Twitter, on my podcast. So it's very good. Very good. So if you want to follow me on my YouTube, please, I would really appreciate it. Please follow me on my YouTube, V Matthews. I would really appreciate following me on my YouTube, ConversationGuru. My same Instagram username is my YouTube username. So thank you. King of 4, how can you be interesting and have a better humor? This is so... It's a question I've gotten a lot, actually. And today, when I did the interview, they actually asked me, what's my opinion on sense of humor when it comes to public speaking, right? But that's not the question, but it's interesting you asked me this. So, when it comes to humor, yes, you can improve your humor. Yes, you can learn how to write jokes or say better jokes. But I really do believe that humor is a DNA thing. It's like you're either born funny or you're not born funny. Because a lot of it has to do with your parents and your family. The culture also. A lot of cultures are more dry. I'm not trying to say any offense, but a lot more cultures are more dry. They're more serious. Other cultures are more loud. They're more funnier. They're more extroverted. Other ones are more introverted. So that definitely plays a toll. Who are your parents also plays a toll. So if you're blessed to be funny, then great, maximize it. If you're not, I mean, what you can do to get better is, watch a lot of comedy. You can hang out with people who are pretty funny and pick up on things that they do and really just practice it when it comes to humor. And to be interesting, being interesting is about being open-minded. It's about going through more experiences, doing more things, reading more stuff, seeing more stuff. I'm not saying that to watch and read everything. That's impossible. But open your horizons. Be open to learning other things, even if you don't like you don't decide to do it right now or later on or know more about it. But as long as you get some basic knowledge, or you can see something, or read an article, or watch a video on YouTube, or watch a movie, you can become more interesting because now you know more stuff. When you know more stuff, you have more knowledge, and that's a huge way to appeal to a lot of people. You can show that you're interesting by knowing a lot, by knowing a little bit of a bunch of things. Basically being a jack of all trades, knowing a little bit of this, knowing a little bit of that, and stuff like that. Because some people have asked me, is it better to be a jack of all trades or to be a master of one thing? Again, they both have their pros and their cons. When you're a master of one thing, that one subject you are the best at, and people can go to you and ask you questions on that, and you can give examples, do seminars of that one thing. But everything else, you probably know zero of that subject or of that thing. And then it's not really going to help you because you put all your energy and time on that one thing. But a jack of all trades can appeal to a lot of other people or things because you know up to a certain amount of a whole bunch of subjects, which I think is a great route to go. So being interesting is being more open-minded, try new things, and when you do this in conjunction together, I'm telling you, your communication skills and your ability to appeal to others is going to go through the roof. So hopefully that answered your question, King of 4. Hopefully it really did. I'm probably going to answer 2 more questions, guys. 2 more questions. So I appreciate Ben Levitz, V Matthews, King of Four, Hawad, Emily de la Cruz, Adriana, Nadia, Monte Carlo. When you were here, appreciate all you guys joining and watching. I really do. Please, guys, just ask me maybe 1 or 2 more questions. I'm here for another couple questions. So yeah, very excited to be here and help you guys out. That's really what I want to do. I'm not really asking for money. Maybe when I write a book, I'll definitely ask you guys to help me, guys, and buy the book. But that's way later in the future. I want to give as much, as they say, freebies and as much awesome stuff for you guys, so you guys can take to your heart and really just use in your life, either socially, networking, business, salary, interview wise, and just it can improve it in so many ways. So guys, come on guys, 1 or 2 more questions. I would really appreciate that. I'm here for you guys. V Matthew, what's the best way to manage your time during the day to make you more efficient? I love this question. Love this question. Okay. So, simply what works for me, and I really believe it can work for not only you, but anyone else who's watching or who will be watching this in the future, is this. You need to keep having in mind, what is it that you want? For example, a lot of people ask me, what are you doing now? How do you do that? I work two jobs, sometimes 3 jobs. Because I actually went to college to become a physical therapist assistant. I'm also in school getting my doctorate to become a doctor of physical therapy. I love physical therapy, but that's a different subject. When I'm not doing that, I'm helping my 2 jobs, right? And I'm trying to expand my role in those 2 jobs. Maybe in marketing, helping them get more clients, just doing a whole bunch of stuff. When I'm not doing stuff, I come home, I have to cook, I have to eat. That's when I have to come and do my homework, do a lot of things for my job. But then I also have to work on my brand, do videos, write stuff, podcasts, network, and stuff like that. So the best way I do it is, for number 1, I always have in mind, what is it that I want? What is it that I want? What is a dream for me, and what's not a dream for me? Like, for example, maybe a dream for someone is like they want to become the best guitar player. Okay, that's a great dream. You want to go on stage and play the guitar, play beautiful songs, and make people fall in love with you, right? But now the question is, what are you doing to practice your guitar? What are you doing to get on those stages? There's one thing of just thinking about it, but then what are you actually doing? So I'm always reminding myself, I want to build brand awareness. I want people to know who I am. I want people to know what my brand is, what Conversation Guru is all about. I want to help people. So I'm always reminding myself of that. That's what I want. And because I want that, I'm saying, okay, what can I do now that's going to get me closer to my goal in the long term? So, for example, a lot of those things can be, networking. It could be networking. It can be, contacting schools, going to speak, doing videos, snippets, editing my videos. So I'm always having in mind, I want to do all these things. What can I do? So when I'm eating, instead of watching cat videos, I'm networking on Twitter, sending Instagram DMs, thinking of what's next for my content, trying to reach out people to get on my podcast, watching people that I think that are good for my brand and learning from them. Or let's say before I go to sleep, watch 5-10 minutes of that. Or, watching a course, 5-10 minutes, reading online books. I mean, of course, I always have my time to relax, like I'll watch movies or I'll listen to music, but it's very limited. Because again, it's what I want. Finding those little gaps is what's secret. And when you're at work, go full at it at work. Unless you have nothing to do at work and they're paying you to do nothing, they're paying you to not do anything, then work on your personal brand or work on what you want to do. So it's all about knowing what you want, right? And keep reminding yourself, I want this. Man, I want to get there. I want to live that type of lifestyle. I want it, and just do it. So hopefully that answers your question. Hello, Madden Hater, Jazdonis, Brett M. Williams, how are you? Thank you so much for joining. Jazdonis, hopefully I said it correctly. The Madden Hater, how are you? I really appreciate it, man. Thank you. Guys, I'm here to answer V Matthews. Hopefully I answered your question. And for you who are here, the people who are here, please please follow my YouTube. I would really appreciate it. My YouTube is Conversation Guru. That's where I have the longer content, the longer videos where I put all my details and I teach you my unique tactics and techniques and my mindsets and stuff like that. So guys, please follow me on my YouTube. Danny R2D2, thank you so much. Mass Marketing for you too. Thank you so much for joining. I'm here to answer your questions about maybe branding, conversation skills, public speaking, interview, about communication and branding. I'm here to help you guys out. Please send your questions, and please guys, follow me on my YouTube. Please, I'm being honest. I want to keep growing the channel. I'm posting videos. Please follow me. I would really appreciate it. It'll be awesome, guys. Thank you. Danny King, no problem. Now, the other question was, okay, it was by VMAT. What do you say to the naysayers, or the people that try to bring you down? Interesting. So the people who try to bring me down, like on social media or in real life, like, it's interesting. I'll do two things. I won't listen to them. It's that simple. But number two, what I'll do is I literally, when people are like trying to bring me down, that is the best time for me to take my ego and like put it in front of me and use it as a shield. Because when I do that, I'm practicing that I'm learning to make sure that my ego doesn't get the best of me. That my ego, that my pride is not hurting me. That my ego is not like, it's not taking opportunities from me. Because when people speak bad about me or when they try to bring me down, I go on their same level. But I'm doing it on purpose. So if they're telling me, you suck, your videos are whack, you stutter, you have nothing, you have no good content, I'm like, you know something? You're completely right. You must definitely be an expert in this, because you know something? I think you're hitting a point. Can you please elaborate more on that? When you do stuff like that, you're completely catching them off guard. They're like, that's not the reaction they're hoping for. But the way I can do this, because I'm taking my ego and I'm using it as a shield. When you use it as a shield, it's getting stabbed all the time, and that's helping you become more humble. So anyone can like either give you a compliment, or people can like bring you down and say nasty things to you, but it's not going to affect you because your pride is not in the way. It doesn't really bother you. I mean, of course, there's times where pride can come back up, and that's when you have to control it. But I love those moments. I take those moments and I say, you know, you're probably right. And I go along with them. But in my head, in my heart, I know that they're not right, because the message and the things I'm trying to do is going to help people. So hopefully that answers your question. If you guys have any more questions, this is your chance right now to send them. Would really appreciate it. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And please follow me on my Instagram. Follow my YouTube. They're both Conversation Guru. I really appreciate it. And actually, on the link of my bio of my Instagram, on the link of my bio in my Instagram, click on that link, is my podcast, where I talk about a lot of things that I don't talk about on my Instagram or my Twitter or my YouTube. So it's completely different content. So check that out. And please send me your comments. Give me your feedback. I would love to hear it, even if it's bad or good. All right, Madden Hater, how do you increase your likability in day-to-day life? That is an amazing question. I definitely got to say this. Increasing your likability, right, is probably one of the most important things you can do in your life. Because a lot of times, people will hire you, will rather be with you, or just help you out because you were more likable, not because you were smarter. There's so much more people who can be smarter than you, but they're cocky, they're not humble, they're disgusting, they're despicable, they can't work in a team. You could probably be a little bit less smarter, but if you're so much more likable, people will see potential in you and give you the opportunity, give you the hand, build that bridge for you, and you can cross it or jump it, and people will help you out. So the way you increase your likability is a little bit what I said before, which is make sure you don't have a huge ego. You don't. You literally put it down. Put your ego down constantly. Make other people feel superior than you. Always bring out the best qualities out of people and show them their great qualities. But of course, don't lie to them. Don't say, listen, you're so patient, and they have no patience. Or you're such a phenomenal communicator, but they can't even say hello to a stranger. So like you know what I mean? Like, Bring out the best out of them. Show them their best qualities. Bring your ego down constantly. Be as humble as you can, but at the same time, try to bring as much value as you can to their lives. Like, be a networker. Like, if they're trying to do something, they're trying to get onto a show, or they're trying to get a recipe, or they're trying to meet someone, try to be a networker. Soul Coffee, hello, how are you? Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. Right now is your chance to ask questions, right? When it comes to branding, communication, interviewing, public speaking, conversation, I'm here to answer it. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Thank you so much for joining. So, Matt and Hater, if you can do those things, literally, I'm not even joking you, right? Bring value to people, bring them different viewpoints that they probably never thought of, being their best friend. Destroying your ego is a huge thing that I'm so big on. If you can destroy your ego, right? And even when people are bothering you, even joking wise, or when they're being serious, or when they're being mean to you, and not being phased by when people are screaming at you and stuff like that, which again is not easy. It's not easy. It takes time, right? You will be so likable because you're optimistic, you're helpful, you're so kind, you're humble. Like, these things sound so simple, but when you put them together and you practice it constantly, everything else you do, let's say you're just starting a blog, you're just starting a brand, you're trying to meet and network, but you got the rest, people are going to love you. I'm not saying everybody, because it's impossible to have everyone love you, but people are going to constantly, they're like, there's something about this person, there's something about her, right? Because these qualities you're showing. And when you're conversing with people, the Madden Hater, always give people the opportunity to speak about themselves. That's simple. Give them that opportunity, because people do not have that opportunity as much to speak about themselves or what they feel. It's just that simple. They don't have that opportunity. And because they don't have that opportunity, but you're giving it to them, right? At the end, again, everyone's going to be saying, there's something about her or him that I just love. I love it. What is it? You gave them the opportunity to speak about themselves, and people love speaking about themselves. So it's a whole bunch of doing these little small things that are going to help you consistently. So hopefully I was able to answer your question with that. So if there's any last questions, guys, this is your chance right now to answer it. I'm just so happy and blessed that you guys are here. Kaylee.4C, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. I really do. Soulful Coffee, I'm thinking of maybe doing an Instagram live with you. What do you think about it? If you're interested, send me a DM on Instagram, or send me a message on WhatsApp so we can try to do something. Okay? Awesome. Hopefully you're doing well, Kaylee. But I appreciate you guys watching and asking me your question, guys. I really, really appreciate it. Soulful Coffee, Karen, send me, I'm so serious. If you're interested, only if you're interested, send me a DM. We can come up with a topic, and as we're conversing, and you can tell your audience to also join in, right? And my audience can join in, and they can ask us questions, and we can do it from two different perspectives. Not only gender, because you're female and I'm a male, but from our different viewpoints and things that we can really totally converse about. So hopefully if you're interested in that, let me know. We can do something about that. All right, guys, really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. And guys, please, when you have a chance, follow me on YouTube. I'm going to keep promoting the heck out of this. Please follow me on YouTube, Conversation Guru on my YouTube, and also my Instagram. It would mean the world to me. Please, V Matthews. Please, Soulful Coffee. Madden Hater, if you haven't, please support me and just subscribe to my YouTube and my Instagram. It's that simple. It's Conversation Guru. That's really it. Kaylee and everyone else, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Really do. And of course, guys, till next time.